Okay, so the question comes in, what are brands? Because again, brands are something which people think कि एक product बना लिया, उसको एक नाम दे दिया तो brand बन गया. Unfortunately, it isn't all that simple. And the history behind branding is I don't know, generations or maybe thousands of years ago, when shepherds used to graze their cows, and that's where it actually became very important for them to recognize there कि भाई मेरी cow कौन सी है, दूसरी कौन सी है. It shouldn't mix up, and and there used to be fights for that. And that's where ultimately with a coal they started writing the name on the cow, and that's where they started recognizing ye wali cow meri hai, ya any symbol they would put a cross, or they would put a tick mark or whatever, but something to recognize that this is mine, and that's where it actually started. So it was yes, in a way it's all about putting a name to it, but nevertheless obviously it wasn't all that simple. So it is, the question is, what are brands? And so brand is actually a promise about trust, a promise about a quality, a consistent quality, where the brand, when you think of any brand, you will always look for a consistency in the quality, consistency in service, and overall customer satisfaction, whatever the customer is looking for. So if that's the way it is, so the first and the foremost is obviously building the trust. And many a times people say that it's all about trust comes from the family. Tata family ka to trust hai, bakiyon ka nahi hai. So all that is something which obviously Tata wasn't born with it. He has built it over the years and over generations, in fact. And similarly, every brand needs to build that trust in consumers' mind, and that normally starts with giving a consistent quality, consistent service, and overall consumer satisfaction. And the ultimate reason for all this is making consumers' life simpler. So it's a very simple way of actually projecting what is a brand, but nonetheless, because this is what is required for any brand. So now when I say, we talk about toothpaste, the first name comes to us is Colgate, right? I mean, we can't think of anything else. Or even if I talk about soft drinks, it's either Pepsi or Coke, right? So again, these are given. Now chocolates is obviously Cadbury's. You can't think of any other name. You don't say Amul. It comes as a second or maybe third rung in your mind. Similarly, salt. If I ask you which brand you can think of, is all about Tata Salt, because that's where they have built that. And mineral water, I'm sure most of you will end up saying Bisleri, right? So all these have sort of become generic names to that category, and that's because they have built the trust, they have given the consistent quality, they have given the consistent service and overall consumer satisfaction for their product. And that's where, whenever you think of these products, you end up thinking about these names. In fact, whosoever had thought about petrol, at some stage, a generic product if generic product like water could get branded, and so did petrol. You have Speed, you have Power, and so different brands which are coming. So branding is definitely here to stay, whether you like it or you don't like it. And that's why even in diamond jewelry, when we talk about which brand comes to your mind, till date, it's almost a 20-year-old brand, but still people do talk about Nakshatra. That has really made a lot of impression in a consumer's mind. And honestly, in our jewelry industry, I always say this, but there are hardly any product brands. Whatever brands that we talk about are actually the store brands, and internationally so. So when you say Tiffany is a brand, or Cartier is a brand, or a Mawad, or a Bulgari, or a Damiani is a brand, these are all family names, and these are all just store names. So these are store brands, but they're not, or even Tanishq Closer Home is a store brand, or when you say Malabar, or you say Kalyan, or you say PNG, or you say GRT, these are all store brands. These are not product brands. The only product brands that I can think of is Pandora is a product brand, which is more like a concept brand, and Nakshatra was also a product brand where there was a very specific product, a specific design, which was being promoted. So that's why branding actually in our industry has always been a tough one. But nonetheless, this is something which is now here to stay, and especially post-COVID, I have been going through, Boston Consulting Group and McKinsey reports, and it's very clearly goes to show that people are going to be now more dependent on brands, even in every little segment, so that they know they are buying the correct or the right product for themselves. Yeah. So coming back to those consumer needs that we had talked about, Stretcher and Identity has 4 different needs within. Okay, and so I'm trying to give you a little more examples so that you understand. So this is a need platform that is enhanced social standing. So you have to feel set apart, a cut above, one of a kind, ready to make a statement about who I am. So that was all about the identity platform. And that's where, if I take an example of Omega, if you read the copy line, if you actually just see the visuals, their attitude in that, the way the models are looking at the camera, or the way their body language, it's all about enhanced social standing. I mean, a woman holding a bag with both hands folded at the back is a sign of confidence. So these are again certain things when you're communicating, you obviously have to keep all this in mind, which of course your agency would be doing that. But nonetheless, these are some of the examples. The other was all about enhanced personality. So elegance, style, mystique, and character. So that it's all about that. And again, if you see a communication for different brands, whether it's Escada or Tarun Tahiliani or Longines or Ensemble, all wherever you see this, you'll see a particular style, a mystique of the character. Look at the expressions of the models. It's very different than the Omega one, So again, you'll see the difference, that how when you are trying to project a brand based on certain consumer motivations, so when you create a mood board for your communication or creative element, then you have to keep all these things in your mind. Yeah. It's all about enhanced beauty. So it's attractiveness, glamour, fashion, adornment. And again, if you see Audemars Piguet or Gucci or Dia, it's all about, creating that attention. Especially if you look at Gucci, when they had introduced this particular watch, it was all about body contours. So that's why the way they have actually shown the watch and the body contours is what they're trying to project in that. Versus if you see Audemars Piguet, it's all about creating that attention, creating that attractiveness. A high heel is always a symbol of attractiveness, and that's why they have actually used that. So again, how you project your product. I mean, otherwise, if you just look at the picture, it looks damn weird. Ki sandal or watch ka kya lena dena hai? You can always question that, but there is a whole thought process which has gone into it. So that's what it is. The other is about status symbol and is being prestigious. So it's status, position, rank, eminence, distinction. And again, these are all about Wunsch Constantine, which is all about status. And also they are trying to project the distinction by saying it's 250 years of uninterrupted history. So again, coming back to what your whole positioning is, because you are trying to create a positioning in a consumer's mind, which is based on the motivation that the woman's coming into your showroom to buy a diamond jewelry. So that's what it is.